MMA Meltdown on the Fight Network continues. Thanks to UFC heavyweight Shawn Jordan for joining us on the program. All right, we went a little long with Shawn, so my apologies. I want to break down some fights with Joey Odessa. Joey will join me now on Friday, this Friday, on Game Time Decisions on the Fantasy Sports Network. It's better anyways. We'll know more about the picks and about the fighters on Friday than we do right now anyway. So let's bring in Joey. I want to get Joey's take on this as a bettor and as the best odds maker in MMA and a guy who's seen suspicious activity in the past with fights. Joey, it's always a pleasure. You know, I know everyone's talking about Aldo and Conor McGregor and all that, but I wanted to get your take on Kimbo and Shamrock. First things first, it was pretty entertaining, wasn't it?
I tell you, the card was a decent card. I got to hand it to Bellator. I watched it. My parents watched it, and that's a rarity. They usually don't watch Bellator. They watch the UFCs. So, and they thought it was a good show. I thought it was good production. I really can't complain. I thought the Pitbull is a little long in the tooth right now. They're getting him beat up a bit. Like, you know, these guys in these tough fights, these Chandler Alvarez fights, they take a lot out of you. And same with Pitbull. He's taking some shots now. Not quite the fighter he used to be.
They're going to be doing a tournament, Joey. Right? Like, you know, your boy King Mo. They're going to be doing a tournament. 2 fights in the same day. Glory cage in the arena. I'm telling you, man, Bellator's trending upwards right now, Joey.
They really are, and they're getting, I guess, look, I don't follow the viewership, but that's what it's all about. Everybody knows. Everybody says I fight for the glory of fighting. The only person who fights for the glory of fighting is people like Floyd Mayweather, maybe, that, you know, make $100 million. I mean, you fight for money. Money's a business. You know, these guys, they're fighting for money. I'm not a big fan of the tournament. I am a fan of the tournament, but they don't seem to ever work out. They did in Japan when they spaced them out, but now when you don't have such a level playing field in the tournaments and the alternates aren't as compatible to come in and take over, like when Masaki came in and won the Grand Prix after losing a bout. Like when you have that quality of guys, when they're all that good, those tournaments can work out. But when they don't, a lot of times they don't. I mean, look what happened. Overeem, Fedor. I mean, some of these guys, you know, Daniel Cormier.
Well, that's why you have to have it in one day. You have to have it in one night. That's like the only way that these things will ever work. So Kimbo wins. He's like a minus 390 favorite. The over-under in the fight was 1.5 rounds, minus 350. It was the highest total I've ever seen, odds for a total I've ever seen in my life. Everybody's freaking out that it was fixed, yet the limits are low. It wasn't like there were $80 million bet on Kimbo. Normally, if a fight is fixed, the underdog wins and shocks the world. Did it look suspicious? Does it look weird that Shamrock can't finish it? And, you know, Big John McCarthy's there. He's got credibility. Is he really going to be in the ring with a fixed fight and not say anything after the fact? I mean, people are suspect the way that Kimbo just sort of rolled over easily and flipped and got up. But what do you make of this, Joey? You took action on this. What do you make of this? Was it fixed, yes or no, in your opinion?
Here's my thing. 2 people can, you know, it's been said, 2 people can keep a secret if 2 are dead. If one's dead, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a widespread conspiracy if it was fixed. If it was, I believe it was between 2 people. And only Ken and Kimbo would probably know that, and then maybe a short handful of others. I don't think that Coker or any of these guys would jeopardize.
Exactly. What does Coker have to gain by putting everything on the line by backing Kimbo Slice?
Criminal. They would go to prison.
This isn't Elite XC. Yeah, it's not Elite XC. They don't need Kimbo to win. They don't care.
It's not, yeah. The thing is, people don't understand. They talk all that trash about it being fixed. It is criminal. You will go to federal prison for fixing a fight. It's not just the organization goes down. You go to jail. And, you know, Scott Coker, why would he risk going to jail over it? The thing, you know, I say it looks suspect. This is my feeling on it. And the only thing that I have to say about it is if Ken was on top of Tito Ortiz back in, say, 2002? Well, they fought so many times, 2006. If he was in the same position, would he have thrown some punches on top and loosened them up before or tried for a stoppage with the dislike between the 2 of them? That's the only thing that was suspect to me. Sure, the choke was
That's a good point.
Tight.
That's a good point.
He could have got out. But, you know, maybe there wasn't that real dislike for one another. Maybe they both were getting paid well. You know, maybe this
It's
was
also a 51-year-old man, Joey, that hasn't fought in a while, right? So maybe he doesn't make the right decisions either.
It's possible. Look, I mean, did it look like it could be suspect? Of course. But I watch fights all the time where people say it's suspect and it's nonsense. And I tell you what, it was hard pressed to write a K. If you were writing hand tickets back in the 90s or 80s, you couldn't write a K on a piece of paper. Everybody, I doubt that more than 5% of the sports books on the entire planet didn't beg for a Kimbo win. Everybody bet Shamrock. Everybody I saw bet Shamrock. Right, even the arbitrage and
we got to get out of here, Joey.
Bet Shamrock.
We got to get out of here. So we'll talk about the UFC Fight Night 70 on Friday's Game Time Decisions. Tune into the Fantasy Sports Network, fantasysportsnetwork.com. We'll break down the fights. Always a pleasure, Joey.
My pleasure, G. Have a good one.
Joey Odessa with us. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. Wrap it up.